everyone. I hope everybody is having a fantastic Monday so far and have had a fabulous weekend. Thank you for joining me. I just wanted to hop on. I kind of took a break last week. I wasn't feeling too good and I needed to get myself back to being 100%. So I kind of took a break last week from doing my live videos. So I'm back and I'm here to share with you guys some great messages to kind of help you guys persevere through whatever's going through, whatever you are going through in your life. Hey, LaShawn girl, how are you today? Thank you for joining me. So today, I want to kind of share with you guys my take on everyone is always saying anything is possible or everything is possible and things of that nature. But what does that truly mean? I mean, it's a saying, yeah, you hear it all the time. Everything is possible, but when you go to try to do something, it seems to be impossible for you to do. Well, we're going to take that up a notch. You know what I'm saying? We're going to take that to the next level. We're not just going to say anything is possible, because everything is possible. Everything is possible if you are in tune with what your destiny is. If you know what your life path and your life goal is. And what I mean by that, I've kind of shared this with you guys before. So some of this may sound like I'm repeating myself, but you know that saying, you know, if you hear something 2 or 3 times, it must be the truth. Or if you keep hearing something over and over and over again, it's worth you actually taking the time and listen to. So this, you need to take the time and listen to, because I'm just sharing with you guys what has worked for me. And many of you know, because I'm a bit transparent, so I do share things, and some people be like, why did you, I would never have said something like that on Facebook Live. I wouldn't be, no. I don't feel comfortable with sharing stuff like that with people. But with me, in my opinion, if you are truly wanting to help other people, if you call yourself a coach, a mentor, how can you truly help someone and give them advice if, one, you haven't experienced it yourself, or two, if you don't even take your own advice? If you have not walked in certain situations, you really can't honestly speak to how to overcome that situation. So that's what I try to do with you guys. I try to share with you all some of the things that I've been through in my life to help, and how I've overcome those things and how I've persevered through those things that maybe you can apply in your own life and show you, if I can get over it, you can too. So we're not even going to be using no more excuses about I've always been this way all my life. So-and-so know who I'm talking about when I say that. We're not going to be falling back on crutches. We're no longer going to be using excuses. The time for making excuses is over. So just forget it. I don't care. I'm getting ready to be 45 Sunday. And I can fall back on, I've always done this all my life. I've always done that all my life. But one thing my family and people that have known me for years can say, that I am consistent with a lot of things that I have been doing all my life, positive things as well. So exactly, LaShawn, this is the year of no excuses. You know, I am not taking no excuses from you this year. If I have to fly down there and beat you like you my other daughter, you gonna get some stuff done this year, okay? Anyway, so what I want to say to you guys is, I've already shared with you all, I'm a single mom. I raised 3 children, 2 girls and a boy. I'm the oldest of 8 children. Yeah, I have 6 brothers and 1 sister. My youngest brother being 13. Yeah, we not even finna get into that. We're not even gonna talk about why my daddy got a son younger than his grandkids. Anywho, so I have overcome a lot of things. I started my magazine after being literally drugged to Utah. Yeah. My mother flew to North Carolina, packed up my 3-bedroom apartment with my kids, and Ernell, you know, because you my brother, so you know this is true. Packed up our apartment and moved us to Salt Lake City, Utah. Yeah, it was against my will, but being a mom, I made that sacrifice, and I was ill at the time. I was just recovering from a very, very traumatic experience. I was a used car saleswoman. Yes, I sold cars. Matter of fact, I was the only female among 14 salesmen at this particular Chevy dealership, and I was number one. Yeah, my first weekend ever selling cars, and I sold six cars, which 4 of them being brand new cars with no prior experience. Yeah, pat myself on the shoulder. I still have my plaque for being the number one salesperson about that. But anywho, I was so good. A lot of my fellow coworkers were saying that, you know, to be honest with you, we thought they just hired you just to be eye candy around the you know, the lot. We actually didn't think you knew anything, let alone knew how to do anything. And that kind of hurt my feelings a little bit at first, but then, you know, I took it and I ran with it. But then my general manager began to sexually harass me, and I just couldn't take it. It got to the point where I had to file a complaint, a formal complaint, and leave the company. But it shook me to my core so much that I could not work around men. And I was suffering from PTSD. So it took me some time to get over it. My mom was kind of concerned with me being all the way in Charlotte and not having anyone there, and me being able to take care of my kids on my own, because some of you know I do suffer from bipolar disorder. So she got really concerned and didn't want to just have me out there in no man's land with her grandkids. Anywho, so she drugged me to Utah. Yeah, she drugged me to Utah. I stayed there for 7 years and I left. Now I'm here in North Carolina. I mean, not North Carolina. I'm here in Phoenix, Arizona. But this is the first time in my life for an extended period of time where I'm completely alone. I have no family here. I have no true friends here. I have nothing here. I am here completely alone, solo, on my own. So everything I do on my own. And the first couple of months, it was very, 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 very hard for me. And it's still hard for me. And I do pray every day for strength to get through it, because I know that I'm where I'm supposed to be and I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing at this point in my life. And I bet you're probably wondering, well, how do you know that's where you're supposed to be? I'm going to tell you how I know that, because you want to know what I did. And again, I've shared this story before. I got on my knees. I'm only 5'1", so I really didn't have to get down too low. But I got on my knees and I just prayed. I prayed and I asked God for guidance. I asked him because I didn't know. I was confused. All I knew was how to be a mom, how to be a big sister, how to be an auntie and spoiling my nieces and nephews, which I'm very, very good at doing. I love to spoil other people's kids and send them home, especially my siblings' children, and send them home. So I was good at that. So I really didn't know who I was. I did have my magazine. I had, been doing my magazine since 2009. I did have that, and I've had other businesses throughout my life. Back home in Detroit, I used to have my own cleaning company. I was a club promoter. I had my own promotional company of females in local clubs and things like that. So I've always been an entrepreneur, but once I got into doing my magazine, and once I moved here to Arizona and I'm completely alone, I didn't have an identity. I felt like, who am I? who, I know my name, duh. I love my name, Lisa Marie, duh. But who am I? Who am I now that I am not a mom 24/7, that I don't have brats running in and out and daughters stealing my clothes and my shoes all the time? Who am I now that I don't have my nieces and nephews, auntie on a daily basis just coming to escape because they want to get away from their parents, coming to spend time with me? Who am I? What am I meant to do? Why am I here? Why do you keep stopping me from giving up on my life when so many times I do? I just want to give up. So I asked, and I was sincere because I really didn't know. And those answers came to me. Those answers came to me in many different ways. And those of you know, I love books. Yes, I have a book addiction. And remember, my birthday's Sunday, so y'all can send me, you know, some Amazon gift cards and buy me some books and stuff like that. But anyway, I love books. I love reading. I love escaping in books. I love finding ideas and guidance in books. So when I was watching my Oprah Super Soul Sunday that morning, and all of her guests were on there, and they were talking about either books that they've written or books that they've read, those answers started to come to me. And the number one book that literally, while I'm still watching Oprah, I sleep with my laptop next to me. I have a queen size bed. I'm single. So my iPad, my iPhone, and my MacBook sleeps next to me. So I got my computer and I went on Amazon and I typed in the first book that was written by the first guest that she had, which was The Alchemist. I don't know if you guys can see this. The glare is probably a little bit too much, but it's The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. I think that's how you pronounce his name. This book here, this book helped me tremendously. It helped me so much. I'm gonna tell you guys how much this book has helped me. I bought the audio version, and I also have the digital version. And this is actually the second copy, or this is the first copy. I bought another copy. I actually sent the second copy to my son. But what this book did, and it even tells you on the back, is to realize one's destiny is a person's only obligation. And this helped me so much to be able to see all of the signs that God was giving me to tell me who I was and what I was meant to do here on this earth. I wasn't just meant to live and birth children and raise children and spoil nieces and nephews and drive brothers and sister crazy with my spoiling them, or even to work for somebody else and pay bills and die. That's not what I was meant to do on this earth. And The Alchemist, even though it's a fictional story, a lot of the principles and a lot of the wisdom that he shared in this book helped me to be able to identify and see the omens and see the signs that are in my path. So this was the first book that helped me. Another book that they were on, and I've never, to be honest with you guys, I've never really followed any of these people before watching that episode on Oprah Super Soul Sunday. But after I got finished reading The Alchemist, I mean, it was like daylight by the time I finished. It's not a thick book. It's only about 160 pages. I was like, oh, I got this. I know exactly what I'm supposed to do. I rebranded the magazine from just focusing on hip hop, unsigned independent artists, because I knew that was my start, but that's not where I was supposed to finish. I was like, oh, I know exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. I know you're going to show me what I need to be doing. I know you're going to put people in my path that need to be in my path, that are genuine, And even those I need to learn lessons from to continue with my path. I know you're going to do that. And it was on and popping. Rebranded to be a magazine dedicated to elevating every woman worldwide, not just women of color, but all women, because we all have our own struggles. But The Alchemist definitely was a book, and I actually read and listen to this book at least once a week. Yes, I do, because every single time I read it or I listen to it, oftentimes I can't go to sleep without music or the television playing. So I will just, play an audio book and I'll fall asleep to that. And I always learn something new. I always find out how to have my mind in a place and have my eyes truly open to be able to recognize when a sign or an answer to my prayer is being presented to me. So the book, like I said, The Alchemist definitely helped me to be able to do that. And another book was T.D. Jakes' The Instinct. I'll post, you guys know, I'll type it in there. The glare from all of my mini lights is not really showing up. But this book, The Instinct, is the power to unleash your inborn drive. These books together really, really helped me. And what I like about T.D. Jakes' books, and like I said, prior to 2014, I really wasn't a follower of T.D. Jakes, but I like his style of storytelling. If you guys kind of get what I mean. The way that he tells his life experiences and put them in a story form that's easy for you to understand and identify with and familiarize yourself with, it's very easy and it flows. There's another book that I fell in love with so much that I actually bought the audiobook version of it as well. So yeah, I'm addicted to books like that. Don't judge me. It's better than me buying pocketbooks and shoes and stuff like that, because I could be spending my money on Louboutins, because I do want another pair. But anywho, so, after reading those books, and there were a couple of others, after reading those books, I knew that everything and anything was possible for me to achieve. Like I say, I've never been one to fall back or rely on excuses. And the biggest excuse I hate, and I don't hate a lot of stuff, but the biggest one I hate is that, oh, you're a product in your environment. I couldn't do this because of where I lived. I couldn't do that because of the way I was brought up. Let me tell you something, okay? Like I said, I'm the oldest of 8 children. My mom was a single mother that raised 6 of us, 4 boys. And my brothers aren't no angels, not by a long shot, okay? So when I tell you that using the words I can't because of where I was brought up or how I was raised or the environment, the neighborhood, that's a load of crap. Because if we're going to use that crutch, let me tell y'all what I'm supposed to be doing with my life as being a product of my environment growing up in the 70s and 80s and 70s and 80s in Detroit, Michigan. We had pimps, prostitutes, drug dealers, hustlers. All of that was in my family. Hey, Rashonda. All of that was in my family. That was my environment. That's what I grew up around. So using that excuse as you're a product of your environment as to why you can't achieve something, that's BS. Because guess what? I'm not a pimp. I'm not a prostitute. I'm not a drug dealer. I am not a hustler. I don't do any of those things because guess what? I saw that. My cousin, if y'all know, I'm gonna share something with y'all. I have a cousin that used to be on the corner of Warren and Connor hustling, playing 3-card money. Okay? And because he was so good at hustling, somebody got mad at him for taking all of their money and decided they wanted to kill him. That's what I grew up around, okay? People coming in and out of my aunt's home. I really didn't know what was going on. All I knew is this was our favorite auntie, and we got to do whatever we wanted to do, and she gave us whatever we wanted. Later on, as I got older, I found out that she was hustling prescription pills. That was my environment. That's what we grew up around. I could have just easily, and when I say easily, not to say that I didn't try it, I could have easily stayed there. Look, I'm about to tell y'all, it's easy to slip into that fast money game. It's easy to do illegal things, but you want to know what's even easier? To do things that you're proud of, to do things that make your children proud of you. And I knew at that moment, growing up around that, we had an uncle, my brother, he on here, he watch it, that I used to tell everybody he was the man from the Bible that was destined to walk the earth forever. Y'all know who I'm talking about. I don't know what that man's name was, but I used to always say that he was the man that was destined to walk this earth forever. And I'm going to tell you why I said that. Because my uncle, he was big. He was a drug addict. And he was so addicted to drugs. He had survived his wife stabbing him, shooting him. His veins were so deteriorated in his arms from him shooting up drugs into them that he started to shoot up in his legs as well. So he had like these craters in his legs. But I love my uncle. He loved us, And I was like, no matter what, he's just not going to die. He going to live forever. So that was like what I grew up around. But I saw my family, we all loved each other. Despite all of the many vices that they had, one thing remained true is that we all loved each other. But I knew that wasn't what I wanted from my life. I planned all my brothers' careers and lives out. I planned what I wanted them to be. Did they follow it? No, they didn't listen to me. But anyway, I still love them anyway. My sister's doing what she's supposed to be doing, which is being an attorney. So me and her, we on track. Anywho, so when I say that using the excuse as I'm a product of my environment, this is what I grew up around, this is what I'm supposed to do, I don't have any choice but to slang dope on the corner. I don't have any choice but to be a hoe and sell my body for money to get material things. It's crap. You have a choice. You choose to do those things. So stop using the excuse that you can't because of. Because you want to know what's at the end of that because of? It's you. You can't do it because you truly don't want to do it. You are afraid of stepping outside of your little comfort zone. You are afraid of what other people will say about you because you chose to listen and to adhere and to see the signs that you are given to be what you are destined to be. So you don't have anyone to blame but yourself. Anything and everything is possible when you recognize what you are on this earth to do. And to sit back and complain and blame somebody else, guess what, honey? That ain't it. No, it's not it. I'm not gonna tell you, I'm not perfect. No, I'm not. I know y'all see me in my red sparkly background and everything looks all perfect in my gorgeous weave and all. But no, I'm not perfect. I do still have times where I doubt myself. I'm human. But I don't wallow in that doubt. I don't wallow in that self-pity. I don't get lost in that self-pity because it's easy for me to do that. But I choose not to because, again, remember, I know what I'm supposed to do in this life. I know my purpose in life. And I'm going to share one last thing with you guys, and I'm going to let you guys go because these lights are kind of cooking me, and it's like, we in Arizona today, and I think it's probably about 92. It's 92 degrees. Good golly. Anywho, it's kind of warm. So a couple weeks ago, I was kind of struggling with things. I get frustrated. I'm human. I get frustrated. I get mad. But what I don't do is I don't react anymore. I think about it. I take time and I think before I react to certain situations. So I get upset when things don't happen the way I envision for them to happen, and they don't go the way that I want them to go. So what I do is I ask for guidance. I ask for prayer. I ask for signs. I need help. I turn to my mentors, Dr. V, Dr. Will. I look to those who have experienced certain things and that I've seen them walk through to guide me and to help me. So I finally was able to catch another one of Dr. Will's live broadcasts during the Black Enterprise Women's Summit that was here last week, and he was speaking with some young ladies, and one of the young ladies was Becky Davis, and she was talking about her new book, 40 Days of Prayer for My Business. And what got me, and I literally went to her website while they were still doing the broadcast and I ordered her book, is because this is something that I didn't know how to do. I'm a spiritual person, but I'm not religious. So I don't know how to do certain things. So I look to those that do for guidance and advice. And I process it. And if I feel that it works for me, then I go ahead and I take it. So I was so excited to hear her story, what led her to write this book and to share, that I had to get my copy as well. And so I ordered it, and I just started on day one today. So I'm keep you guys up to date on it. But this is what I needed. I needed prayer for my business because I've been coming across a lot of people that that aren't bent for me in my business. And I was starting to let that affect me emotionally, and I would get stuck. So I needed to have something to help me get unstuck. And watching that broadcast actually helped me do that. Like, I'm hoping my broadcast can help one of you guys do the same. So again, look for things to help you. If you don't know, ask somebody. Remember that saying, a closed mouth don't get fed. If you don't know something, ask somebody that do. You will never find out. It does not hurt to ask questions. Now, I hate being asked questions, but when it comes to helping someone, I don't mind doing that. So again, part of me being a perseverance coach is to help you guys and to share with you guys the obstacles that I faced in my life and how I was able to overcome those obstacles and persevere through those obstacles to be able to help you to do the same. I don't believe that you can't practice what you don't preach or what you haven't lived. So I hope that my sharing of my crazy family, I love my family. I love my family. Oh, and about my uncle that was destined to walk the earth forever, he did eventually pass away from natural causes. I miss my uncle because he was silly. He was crazy. But anyway, I hope that my stories and me sharing my silly, crazy family with you guys can show you that if you are living with the same, that you can achieve any and everything that is possible for you, and how to step away and stop using that crutch excuse that you can't do something, because you can do whatever you want to do, but it all starts with you. So that's what I'm going to leave you guys with today. I'm going to go and get started on not gonna say started, but finish the spring issue of HHH Magazine. So thanks all for joining, and for those watching the replay, I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch me. And please, please, please feel free to comment and share and everything. And have a fantastic day, everyone. Bye-bye.